Hello, Steve here from Coles Family Butchers, and welcome to my kitchen. I've been asked by the grown-ups to do some photographs of dishes that I cook. But I thought, as everyone's asking me all the time, Steve, how do I cook this? Or how do I cook that? I thought I'd do a video as well. So welcome to my first video. I have never done this before, so professional I can promise you it won't be. Today we're going to do coq au vin, and for coq au vin you will need 3 legs of chicken from the butcher shop, skinned and boned. Keep the skins. When you get them, I've done 2 already to save time on the video. Lay it out, get the drumstick part, cut it off. Cut the drumstick part into 3. Don't be worried about all the little white bits, they will all melt in the dish and just add flavour to the final dish. Get the thigh part, cut it in half lengthwise, and then cut it into 3. So that will give you 9 parts in total per leg. Don't forget to keep the skins. You will also need 100 grams of beer smoked bacon. You can also get this from our shop. 2 onions, or the equivalent of shallots that I'm using, 150 grams of chopped mushrooms, 2 cloves of garlic chopped, 1 teaspoon, heaped teaspoon of mixed herbs. I'm using herbs de Provence because this is a French dish, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, ground white pepper, sorry. 1 heaped tablespoon of tomato puree, 1 glass of wine. I know this is Rioja, however, I like Rioja and I've got to drink the rest of the bottle. 1 glass of chicken stock. For the garnish, you'll need some chopped coriander, a pan, large pan with a lid and a wooden spoon. Right, first thing we need to do is turn the gas on. Now I'm turning it down to a nice low heat. The reason for that is because I want to melt the fat from the lardons in the pan. I've also turned the oven down on, so it's preheated to 180, fan assisted, gas mark 4. Okay, let's put the pan on. No oil, no fat, no nothing. There is plenty of fat in these lovely little lardons. Put those in there, break them up a bit, separate them, and leave them to start cooking. Don't touch them for a good 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, as you can see now, it's been about 10 minutes and I've stirred them once. There's quite a lot of that lovely fat has rendered out of the lardons and they're starting to brown nicely. At this point we are going to add the chicken skins. Probably 1, maybe 2, I might get 2 in there, we'll try 1. No, we'll definitely get 2. In fact, we'll probably get all 3 in there. Excellent. What I'm now doing is crisping them up, getting a little bit of fat out of them. Then I will transfer them to something I forgot to tell you about, because as I said, professional this isn't. I don't have a producer. I have my dear wife as a camera lady and myself. The things I forgot to tell you about: a pair of tongs and a baking tray with some greaseproof paper on. Give them a little stir. Chicken skins are starting to cook. Now turn them over. They're not brown yet, don't worry, the oven will do that. And give them a few more minutes until the skins are starting to go brown and the lardons finish cooking. Yes? Right, chicken skins are starting to crisp up, no colour. A little bit of colour. We'll now transfer the chicken skins onto the baking tray and leave them. Now take about 15 minutes in the oven, but we'll worry about that later. As you can see, we've now got a nice lot of fat and those lardons are lovely and golden brown. At this point we add the chicken. Scrape it in and turn the heat up to about a medium heat. We move them around a bit so they're all level. Fry them off, but please let them brown off before you start to turn them. Let them cook. We'll come back to this in a few minutes. Okay, it's been about 5-6 minutes now, and as you can see, everything is starting to go nice and brown. So what we're now going to do is add the mushrooms, the onions, garlic into the pan. Add the herbs and the pepper. Give it a stir. Keep the heat about the same, medium heat. And give it another 5 minutes or so, stirring occasionally. Right, it's been about 5 minutes or so. As you can see, the onions now nice and soft. Mushrooms are starting to get a bit of colour. Make a hole in the middle and add a heaped tablespoon of tomato puree. Give it a stir. Turn up the heat to full and add 1 glass of red wine, and 1 glass of chicken stock. Give it a little bit of a stir, and I can promise you now, the smell coming from this pan is absolutely divine. What we're going to do now is bring it to the boil, which will only take a minute or so. We'll scrape any herbs that are clinging to the side of the pan down into the juicy bits. Okay, we had bubbles pretty much at the wall now. Lid on. and pop it in the oven. Turn the gas off and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes now, so it's now time to take the dish coq au vin out of the oven. What I forgot to mention was that 5 minutes after I put the coq au vin in the oven, I then put the chicken skins in. That's why I'm saying it's a bit amateurish. I often wondered what a producer does. Now I know everything. And here is the coq au vin. As you can see, the sauce is a nice sauce consistency, beautiful. During the 20 minutes whilst the coq au vin was cooking, I prepared the things that I'm going to serve it in. My wife preferred rice, I like pasta. Some rice and some pasta. All we now have to do is transfer the coq au vin onto the plates. Serve with a nice crispy chicken. It's only fair to have half each. Garnish with freshly chopped coriander, a couple of salads, and whatever you do, do not forget to drink the rest of the wine. After all, you wouldn't want it to go off, now would you? Enjoy. Mm.